It's the 2023 2.4-hour race at Rapids International Raceway. ISF, the Great All-American All-Star Endurance Challenge. The drivers are set. They're here to go. And here are the champions from last year. Mike Lack, Dean Strom. Mike Lack, you won it now 2 times, I believe. And Dean, you've won it once. You guys going to repeat?
No. We'd like to think so.
Yeah, we'd like to think so.
They think so, and they're pretty good odds on to do that. Let's race. All right, gentlemen. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready.
Yep.
Here we go. Beep, 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 go. 2.4 hours 2023 version is on the table, literally. Let's introduce yourselves to the teams. You've met the defending champions. Dean Strong, Mike Black, team number 1. Team number 2, John Wiedemann, Pete Dillon. And Brad Court. There he is. Team 3, Joe Height, Bill Black, Ev Kamikawa. Team 4, John Shea, Scott Metcalf, Steve Ritz. 2.4 hours, 18 minutes in each lane. You got to race them twice around this massive street circuit.
That one stays. Red.
Red. Yeah, Fred, you're gonna really pay attention to like the inside there. Just an FYI. Make like to go underneath the ground. Up.
Red again. Red.
Push. John, push.
Push the car.
Next time.
Somebody else in yellow?
Yeah, me.
Yellow.
All right, Lack, here we go.
Yellow.
Never mind. I know.
Ah, man, the green again.
Everybody stop sucking.
And what's with the beer? All right, to start at heat number 3 of 8, let's give you a recap of what happened here as part of that. As we started came to the end of heat 1, Dean and his team had 10 laps over team 3 of Ev, Bill, and Joe. They had on that 12 laps on John, Pete, and Brad, and then we're also up on Steve Mente and Shay. Now at the end of the second heat, you've got Dean and Lack continuing to lead. They've grown their lead from 10 to now 15, and John Wiedemann, Pete, and Brad have jumped into second place on the track over Ev, Bill, and Joe. They're at 3:08, 15 laps off the lead. Team 4 still hanging in there. They're 5 off of the tie for second place as we start the third of the first half. 8 total, 18 minutes in each lane. And we're here with Chef Louise. Chef Louise, you had a great night cooking. Any final words of inspiration? Did you do anything special for the guys and to give them extra energy to run these 2.4 hours?
Do we need more pizza?
And there you go, spoken like a true chef, everyone. Chef Louise, concerned not about how the drivers are doing, but just to make sure that they have enough. Someone's on the floor. Brad Cord, making his second start in the 2.4, goes off.
Landed in the Stamper collection.
Another big crash in the Senna S's by Brad Cord there. Gentleman that's been back, he's won this race 4 times now. Twice with Mark Walczak, 1 with Nick Bartolone, and 1 with Mike Fitzoff. Is this man right here, John Shea. John returning for another 2.4. It's been a while. Getting the feel back. You feeling good in the crowd?
Yeah, everything feels pretty good. We're in a little faster car this week instead of a steady car, so to speak, and felt pretty racy. I think we need to do a little shoe adjustment, but other than that, yeah, everything's good.
There you go. This man, you see him at the top of the list right over there. He's won more times on this track than anybody else except the track owner.
Jump in the blue. Pete, Brad, when I jump in your lane. Pete.
I couldn't even see where you were. We got 20 laps.
Well, yeah, just keep hammer down when you got another car.
Bill, come on, stay away.
Trying to figure out where the hell I went and where you were.
Got a racing going on.
Tommy said he was an hour out 20 minutes ago. Did you see Tommy? No. He was an hour out 20 minutes ago. Okay. So he's about 40 hours. We can make him right.
Nice. So another driver we haven't talked to in a while, Joe Heist. Joe,
Howdy, partner.
you got really fast cars tonight. Your team in second place right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? You've been close in this race. You were close last year.
Last year was good. Hopefully this year, once I get out there, I can be smooth and steady. I haven't been out yet, so got to see what happens.
You make an argument as the fastest driver on that team of three between Bill, Ev, and Joe, and he hasn't been out yet. Look out, everybody. About halfway through this third segment of the first half. Four segments in the first half, 4 segments in the second half. Got a change now for second and third. Joe, Bill, and Ev have retaken second place.
Put it in
Steve,
red!
Mickey, and Shane.
Put the damn thing in red! Don't, since when does a marshal stand there and look at the car?
When the gear goes, yeah, Joe, what are you doing down there?
Martial abuse.
You're in the hole. In the hole. Down here into the hole.
It's in the hole.
Right here.
This year's video is going to be so much better. You guys are saving all the good stuff for when I'm actually filming. Thank you.
But of course.
Oh, green.
There you go.
Thanks, teammate.
Well, man, you know.
Sorry, Bill.
9 minutes.
Is he solidified third?
Damn, I'm confident I get last.
About a minute left to go
Red up there.
towards the
Red.
end of segment 3.
Anytime. Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
your
I could be grabbing and hold it.
Appreciate your speedy marshaling. Did you want to look at it and observe it?
I didn't ride that time.
All right, it's the start of segment number 4. Driving this segment, you've got John Wiedemann in the red lane, Joe Heitz in the blue lane, Mike Lack in the green lane, Steve Rist in the yellow lane.
Put it on the floor.
Hard hit.
Yellow. There you go. There you go. Good
Hard
job,
hit
Pete.
for the yellow lane.
Let's get ready for a track call there.
Pete's having some good marshals down here. Had some big crashes. Shay's had some good crashes that he's had to marshal. They've been a busy corner. There's your status on the leaderboard. We've just started heat 4 of 4 of the first half. You total up all the laps, get the gaps right, and start again. Second half of the 2023 2.4 hour ISF All-Star Endurance Great American Classic.
That was in yellow.
View to the buildings up here.
Green.
Ah, come on, blue.
No, green. Green, Brad, green.
I was going to talk to Scott Mente. You don't get a chance to talk to him very much. Scott, you're a veteran of this race. This is like the 4th or 5th race I think you've been in this version. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. Oh. Doing good. Good. Car's handling well, and got some good teammates.
So do you think, what's your strongest part of this race? You yourself.
Strongest part of the race?
Yeah, do you have a favorite lane or section of the track?
Oh, you know what? I don't. Green's been a little tough. But it's been okay. We've been okay. Just having fun.
All right, there you go. Sentiment from a lot of drivers. They don't have a favorite lane or a favorite section of this track. Mostly, you either love it or you hate it.
45 to go.
Well, Dean, you know, it's a special night.
Hello.
favorite spots watching cars. All the undulations coming up Main Street.
Is that tone better that time? Or what?
So one of the features here is, of course, the Rapids Museum Complex, featuring the Ferrari Museum of Ed Kamikawa, all of his rides from various ISF, Indy Stock Car, ARA days. The newly opened Tony Perkins Museum, which looks like it's got a couple of cars to the top, but that's okay. You're not supposed to see that. It's really filled with some classic cars from the great Tony Perkins, ISF, ARA, Indy Stock Car driving.
Green, jump to green. I'm in yellow. That goes to green.
Where am I?
Right here. Thanks for not coming.
Jim Iverson's museum is taking a little bit of a sign damage there.
Yeah.
And the Larry Rotter Museum. Armored car being there because just, not that there's any riots or anything like that, but just the crush of people. It's just hope that armored car there just kind of blocking them. It just kind of gives people a pause to remember to be kind to each other in line and take it easy going through. Got driver change there. Steve Rist out, Scott Mente in.
Blue. How you feel, John? I'm great. Blue. You're in the lead now.
Down the course tube. Part of the problem tonight. 4:20 to go in this last segment of the first half. All the drivers have had to deal with green lane right here. All night, we've got a problem with the asphalt chunking up, the rails right there. The marshals have been doing their best to put it down, but now that all of the teams have had to deal with that lane, they'll be able to fix it at halftime. You can see the destruction on pit lane. The Ferrari garage victory lane, the podium, taking a beating tonight from cars flying off. That's the problem though, is they come right down to start finish straight. And right here, you notice there's no guard wall. So if they go too quick through that, they immediately fly into the pit lane and go right into the garage.
No, you gotta come on the side on our, go by the bushes and, yeah, it's in between the garage and the house.
We've started the second half. This is the beginning of the first heat, a couple minutes in.
Red.
Yellow, Mike.
Oh! Red.
Now the teams have all gone back to the lanes that they started at the beginning of the race with. So Joe Heights is racing in the red lane on this one. Scott Mente is in blue. You got Pete Dorn in green.
Right there.
Dean Strum in yellow.
I didn't come out. Who came out? You're good. Damn it.
At the end of the first half, we had Joe, Bill, and Ev taking the lead over Dean and Mike. Third place is really contested. John Wiedemann, along with Pete Dorn and Brad Cord. Third place, barely. It's a good fight between John Shea, Steve Rist, and Scott Mente. John Wiedemann's working on the cars there. We'll see if we can sneak into the pits. An intense, it is very pressure-packed work to get the shoes on, get the car ready to go, because if something happens and that car is needed, it's got to be ready to go.
I have to get some candy.
And the candy is the speed pills of all. Look at that crew go to work now. Now that's the sign of a veteran team right
Yellow,
there.
Steve Blue right
They
there.
know what they need to do, when to give the team a shot of adrenaline, and they are set. Look at that. And folks, it's hard to see in the shadow here with the light, but
You want to switch that or no?
you can see that the light is dimming. And familiar face, for those of you who are ISF racers, Tommy was back with us. He's had a few starts in
spectating.
ISF.
Just spectating tonight.
Well, it's been many years since you've been to one of these races. What do you think?
Been a few. Pretty cool track. I've never been to the track. I like it. I'm ready whenever you want to.
Appreciate that. Looks like we got a driver switch going on. Any favorites tonight, Tom?
You know, I got to go with Black's team. I mean, he's hard to beat.
Well, me and Dean are the champions from last year.
Plus, I want you to drive your car in yellow like you did last time. All right.
Look, Mike. Some strategy coming up here. Looks like get ready for Pete and John to swap in.
Thanks for watching the race, Mike. You're welcome. Hey, I admitted it.
Am I taking that car too fast, or was there something?
That's usually why they come out.
Thanks, Bill.
That's for you, baby.
We're packing it in there.
And folks, as you can see, light is falling here a bit as the drivers get ready to race at night. And that nighttime is coming pretty quick.
Nighttime.
One of the things the drivers can do is during the green flags, they can stop and change tires. And look at all the dirt on that. That came off there. Those tires definitely get dirty. We heard a rumor of Pete Dorn coming in for a pit stop between he and John Wiedemann, but so far, Pete Dorn still holding tough.
Black, you want to come over? Sure. Yellow, hey, down here, yellow. Go make Phil in the yellow. Thank you.
handle the marshalling in this area?
Pete, you're up one.
What's that?
Got one in my pocket. I don't know what happened to the other one. I'm getting ready for another pit stop. This time it looks like Dean and Lack, they're fighting for the lead right now.
Yep. Green.
Yellow up there, Mendy. Yellow. Here, go.
And Dean and Mike Lack make the driver change. And Dean comes in, looks like that. Quick pit stop. They're going to take care of all the dirt on the tires. Look at that. Not as much dirt coming off that as it was off of the shade car. See the cars coming down the Senna S's right there. And then into the Jim Clark chicane. No, sorry, Jim Clark corner. Senna S, Jim Clark corner. Down the start-finish straightaway. Go green. That's up Main Street. Up into Cannon Hairpin.
I'm bored at 68, so.
Into the Schumacher S's, down Schumacher Straight, into Kodak Corner, into the Coca-Cola curve with the crunch wall, down the start-finish straight, into the Goodyear corkscrew, and down the small straight, which is yet to have a name.
Green piece.
How much time? 11:20 to go. 11:20.
Right there. Phil, come on.
Sorry, you moved.
No, I moved.
I take you guys out. Brad.
So we're approaching the midpoint. In fact, it's just past the midpoint of the 7th segment of 8. Don't look at the heat number up there. That's wrong. A little bit of a scoring snafu, but these drivers, they have 18 minutes, the last segment coming up, and the last 9 minutes plus of this segment to determine who will be the champion. Big wreck right there in the center S. The last update we had, Dean and Lack had a narrow lead, which was then overtaken by Joe Bill Ebb.
Right there. Yellow.
However, the team of Brad, John, and Pete came storming on in the last segment. They made up a ton of ground. Shane Mente and Rist in 4th right now, but they're still within striking distance. These races, it's amazing how you can race for 2.4 hours and they're still that close at the end.
Thank you.
I dumped them in the dirt down here when I marked them before.
Is that a problem?
Just don't give me a thin mint, okay? You couldn't make them taste any worse if you rubbed them on your butt first.
A little less than 5 minutes to go. This 7th of 8th segment of the 2.4 hour Great American All-Star Endurance Classic, brought to you by the ISF. Drivers, it's getting a little bit brighter. You noticed that the sun went down last segment. A little brighter. And it'll get brighter still for the last segment.
Oh, green. Thanks, Pete.
So now here we go, the start of the last segment of the 2023 2.4 hour Great American All-Star Endurance Classic race. And it is a tight one, as per usual. It is 9 laps between Ev, Phil, Joe, and Dean and Lack. Dean and Lack gained a ton of ground back onto that last segment. 8 laps back, as a matter of fact. John, Wiedemann, Pete, and Brad at 117 in 3rd place. Steve, Mente, and John Shea, 115 in 4th place. So a close battle for 1st and 2nd. Close battle, 3rd and 4th.
Just checking up. I don't want to get swept up into that.
That's good. It's not even your car. Just fall right through them.
And you're on the same lap. About 10 minutes to go here in the 2023 event. Still close. All kinds of folks, spectators all here checking out the action. This race never disappoints. It gets people frustrated, it gets people mad, upset, disappointed, elated, ecstatic.
Oh, come on.
What's this? What's this?
Red.
Yellow, go. You may need a tire clean.
Sorry, Shay, I tried.
And in the case of there, that was the elated and frustrated section. Well, not the elated, but the frustrated section all in there. Remember we talked about that driver change before between Pete and John? Well, there it is. 3 segments later, but we finally caught it on camera.
Really?
That's a good...
I meant to do some research on that, and I never think about it when I have time.
Now, if we look at this segment, now this is missing the first segment number 5, so these are just the last 3 segments.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
So there you see with about 6 minutes left in the last segment. Now the leaderboard just reflects from the last 3, like I've explained before. But look at that green team. Dean and Lack, last year's champions. They are making a run for it. This is going to be very, very interesting. You got Mike Lack. They call him the Machine. And he is definitely doing that in green. Fast Joe over in blue. He's definitely ringing it out. John Wiedemann, he's won this race 3 times. He's made up ground 2. Over there, the other goat, you can argue they're standing next to each other, the 2 goats. That's John Shea in the blue. He's won this race 4 times. He's made up some ground too. Oh, can you just feel the tension? There we go. It's a minute and a half to go. Minute and a half. It's between that two right there. Mike Black and Dean Strom versus Bill Black, Joe Heights, Everett Kamikawa in second place. First place, it's really close. We're going to have to do math at the end. It's really close between the third and fourth team too. John Wheelan, Pete Dorn, Brad Core, Steve Risk, John Shea, Scott Mente. Who is going to win? It is going to be super duper close. We have 49 seconds. When we say stop, you say how high and stop. "37 seconds, 35 seconds.
Green, green, green.
The last little flurry of offs. 18 seconds to go. They've been racing for 2.4 hours. And it's going to come down to figuring out by math. 10 seconds.
Oh no, there's math.
3, 2, 1, stop. There it is.
That was a good race.
The official.
Which car is it?
The official winners right there. Mike Black.
Guys
Dean
suck.
Strom. 1 lap.
One lap. Guys,
One lap.
One lap.
Wow.
Oh.
Over Bill.
For one.
Over Joe. Over Ev.
Race for 2.5 hours, and it comes down to
One lap. One lap. Oh my gosh.
So you guys, you have repeated. It looked tough going there for a while. It looked like you didn't have it. And then a monster segment by Dean in red. And then just another monster segment by Mike in green. You hated green the first time out, but you pull it out this time.
Yeah. Oh, man. We had an issue with the front tire. Put us down a few laps. We're a little bit worried about that, but
No way.
oh.
Great work by the crew. Great work by the crew.
That monster, you were frustrated, but in red lane, you wiped the field clean.
It was go time. It was go time. We are champions, and champions rise to the occasion.
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, those are your champions. 2 years in a row. This man has now won it 3 times. He's won it twice. There we go. We'll be back 2024, your next 2.4 hour. Thanks everyone for playing, joining the fun. The ISF 2.4 hour Great American All-Star Endurance Classic race at Rapids International Raceway.
And this guy in red, I mean, my God. I know you were in my lane. I was telling Dean, I'm like, I know it was you. Instead of lifting to let somebody, I just watched the car lift, and I drove you like from over there to over here. What a good race.